What's up, everybody? It's finally here, Sam. First, first week of NFL. The wait, dude. There was a good amount of time where we didn't know if we were gonna get football. Man, I was getting really worried. But
And I was like 100% convinced. I was like the biggest naysayer. I was like, we're not. And I was like, it's going to be delayed and my life will continue to suck. And I'll continue playing League of Legends. But dude, it's here. I'm ready to go.
it's finally here. We know what today is. Football will be played. We have questions to answer. So, you guys want to start firing off questions in chat? If you have start, sit, season long questions, DFS questions, whatever you guys got, we will answer them. If we don't see your question, just keep reposting it, and we will get to it before we start answering those questions while some of them load in. Sam, what's your just your 10,000 foot view on the slate, cash games, tournaments, whatever you want to talk about? But just how are you playing this slate today?
Yeah, I think you'll read it a lot of places. So I'm not giving something brand new, but I will agree with a lot of things this week, especially because week one is always crazy because we have no really data and sample sizes in the NFL are so small anyway. But now with no preseason, like very limited camps, a lot of, I'm expecting, sadly enough, I'm expecting more upsets today than we think. I'm expecting, unfortunately, probably some more injuries than we expect because there's not really been a lot of contact. But also, there should be so much randomness. I think cash, play some of the guys you'll ask us about and we'll say, and, go chalk there, and I get it. But in GPPs, there's almost like no one, unless you're getting down to like the 3K guys who are not playing. But in general, like the most, relevant players, there's no one I can really like talk you off of because I just think this week is going to be so random. And that's my thought is like play, if you're using our opto, set a lot of volatility. If you're not, again, don't make stupid lineups, still stack. But like, I don't think there's any stack that's like ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. There's so much unknown this week. I just know like tonight we're gonna be looking back at the slate and we're just gonna be like, there's gonna be so much random stuff that happens that we have no idea. So it's really smart to just get as weird as possible as you can in tournaments. This is actually a good question.
Hi, Salmon.
How many cash players do you keep in your GPP lineup, Sam? What is your thoughts on that?
So I normally play like 5 lineups a week total. And, I have my cash and then sometimes that's my main, but then my main, I'd say just talking cash and like my main GPP, I will try to have normally, it depends on the week. This week will not be very similar because like I just said, I think there's so much volatility. Normally I like to use probably 3 or 4 guys. I think a lot of people, and I get it, like you can use cash as a hedge, and I do that a lot. So it's like either one hits and I'll break even or I'll make money on the GPP. But this week, probably not a ton of overlap, except maybe a running back or one wide receiver, just because, like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of game scripts today that we don't expect.
Yeah, I typically like to have a core of guys that I'll build around in each lineup. But I only play like 3 lineups normally. If I was playing, like if I was going to play a bunch of tournament lineups, it probably wouldn't be that way. I would probably differentiate.
Well, I think it's also for me, like I will always say, like quarterback, the discrepancy between like the number 1 or number 2 and number 10 quarterback is not that great compared to like the running back. So I would say I will probably like if anyone, I'll copy over like a running back or 2 or a wide receiver or 2, but like almost always I'll have like a different quarterback, a different tight end, and a different defense for sure.
Yeah, I like to play pretty chalky at running back. Like I'll just play the chalk at running back, and then I'll get weird at wide receiver and quarterback or like with my stacks, whatever. I think that's really smart. How concerned are you with the air quality in Arizona, San Fran? Yeah, so this is a question I've been getting a ton. I don't really know. Like this is uncharted territory, right? Like we've never really had to deal with this. So I liked that game in tournaments a lot coming into the week. People aren't going to want to play it now, especially because of this whole situation going on. So it just makes me like it in tournaments more. I wouldn't be going overboard on it. Like I think Kittle's cash game playable, but that's probably the only guy I would consider in cash there. Mostert, I think, is cash playable on FanDuel if Coleman.
I just do not think. Coleman, I think it's like one of those things where he said if something, I think he's kind of already decided like he's not playing.
Yeah, so I think he could be played in cash on FanDuel, and I think Kittle's cash playable on both. But I wouldn't be going overboard on the game in cash. I think for tournaments that just makes it an even better game, personally.
Yeah, it's such a shame. That's such a good leverage stack game, man. Because people just do not want to play. People, and I say this all the time. I think this overarching. It's funny. I think like there's so many defenses. So this is something the other day. There's so many defenses that people just kind of have a long-term view of being good, and so like they kind of always just assume the defense. Like it's like I use an example like the Vikings. I don't think are going to be that good of a defense this year. Like they'll be fine, but the Vikings have been so good for so long, or the Ravens have been so dominant for a long time, or the Steelers. The Steelers actually are good, but I think it's funny. I think that's a great leverage stack. If you're playing like, I mean, Ben, if you're playing 20 plus, even with the risk of the game just whatever being postponed, I would easily stack like 2 or 3 of my lineups of 20 with that game because it'll be well owned.
Yeah, I had a bunch of free tickets to that like $4 lottery on FanDuel. So I just made a bunch of Jimmy Garoppolo teams because it was just free tickets and I was messing around. But is Tyrod Taylor silly to play in cash? So the projections like Tyrod Taylor a lot, especially like the stuff you made, Sam, stuff on SaberSim under Optimizer. Like they all really like Tyrod Taylor, and I think that it makes sense because he typically is somebody that runs and he's really cheap. Cincinnati doesn't have that good of a defense, but I don't know. I just it's unknown, right? I don't think their offense is going to be good, per se, and I don't know like if we can expect him like the questions that we have with Cam in terms of running the ball. I think we probably have those same questions with Tyrod, right? Like we don't know that he's just going to run for 30 yards every single game.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, I think it's safe to say that he has the rushing upside. And again, if he, I mean, Ben, I agree. It's like I think there's so many. I mean, I can say the same. I really like Teddy as a GPP quarterback, but again, I don't really know what he's going to be asked to do besides give it to C-Max 78 times.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not personally playing Tyrod, but I do think some people will play him in cash. Like I wouldn't be shocked if he gets some ownership. I don't think, Melissa, I don't think Arizona San Fran is going to be postponed. I think they're going to play it. So apparently the air quality level has to be below 200. And it's Schefter just said it's 170 now. And I saw some report last night that it was going to be like 160 or like 155 around game time or something. So I think it's good to go in terms of that. Calvin Ridley or Julian Edelman on DraftKings, Sam? Where do you lean there?
Who was it? Sorry, I was reading another question. Edelman or who?
Calvin Ridley. I would say Ridley, I think, personally.
Yeah, I mean, Ridley, I think, is the better play. But I will say, though, like, again, there's so much coach speak, and that's all we have to kind of go off of. Like, I have literally read that, like, Cam is legitimately looking at Edelman, like, every single play in practice. I mean, Edelman, I don't think is, like, the kind of guy that's, like, has an explosive ceiling, like, you know, Michael Thomas or, like, Calvin Ridley. But I do think in cash, like, Ridley's the better play, but Edelman is not, like, a bad play if you need, like, an extra $100 or something. He could easily see 10 targets. And if he catches a touchdown, like, I think he's smashed value. Just my opinion. I'm also a Patriots fan. So.
you've got the AC Patriots glasses on, but like he's got the Browns glasses on, you know. But in your cores, if you wanted to go up for Lamar, who would you switch out on one other spot? I would just move down at receiver. There's so many good cheap receiver plays today. If you want to fit Lamar in, I think it's you can easily do it. FanDuel, you need to play Lamar Jackson, but DraftKings, I think if you want to fit him in, you can do so.
I don't know who Jeffrey Moore is, but defending Brady, I like that guy. Good guy.
Mostert or Drake in tournaments? I think it's Mostert now that I don't think Coleman's going to play.
Oh, dude, I like Drake. I think I
like Drake a lot. Bales and I did that pivot podcast, and Drake was my pivot at running back. I think he's a good play, but I don't know. Do you think Mostert's going to get ownership? Like, I think
no, so I don't.
If we got confirmation Coleman was out, I think we would, but I don't think we're going to get that.
I agree. I mean, I like Mostert, and I do think he's not going to be owned. But the problem is, I just like Shanahan just kind of does that weird thing where he just kind of just uses running backs. Like, I don't even know because I know Breed is gone, but like, I could see him just signing a guy off the practice squad and just getting him.
Well, they do have Jerick McKinnon, so
right, and like McKinnon, I think is not dead yet. So like, I don't know. I could see. Yeah, I mean, Drake, I just think, I think he just sets up well for that offense. And in a game where I expect them to be trailing, potentially, I don't know. I like both, but
Salmon, ask that question in Discord. It's impossible for me to rate these 1 through 10 on this stream. Do you see this question from him? Rate these receivers 1 through 10.
He's just an ass. I didn't even address the question.
Ask me that in Discord, and I will rate them for you.
No, Salmon's dead.
So this is a popular one from Kevin YouTube. FanDuel cash games, Hollywood or Deshaun Jackson? I think that's a popular debate this week.
Yeah.
It's Hollywood for me, man. I was on Deshaun Jackson. I'm going to go find this tweet. I tweeted about Deshaun Jackson against the Redskins. I swear it was like 2 months ago. I will literally go find that tweet after this. But I was on him all week, but it kind of like ran super bad for him. So we thought Rager was out, and now he's going to play.
Yeah.
They're already down 2 linemen, and Lane Johnson is expected to play, but he's so banged up that like he almost wasn't going to play. So I think that they're probably going to focus more on getting the ball out quick. Not that Jackson's not going to get targets, because he's still going to get, I would say, probably 6 or 7 targets. But I think if I'm picking one, I would take the Ravens exposure with Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, highest applied team total, Lamar Jackson. Yeah.
Marvin Jones or D-Jax? I'm taking Marvin, I think.
I'm thinking Marvin too. I think Marvin's has the potential to be bad chalk, but I just don't. That's another one like I was saying about the defense. I just don't think. I think people kind of assume that this Chicago is like a shutdown defense, and they're really not at this point. I don't think, but that's just me.
Yeah, I really want to play Jones. I don't have him on DraftKings currently. I do have him on FanDuel though. So.
Yeah, I mean, I like him on FanDuel too. Okay, sorry, Matt, why is Sam so rich and good looking?
I knew you were gonna go to that one.
Oh, but I kind of like this question above. Stupid Matt, what wide receiver are you playing that makes you feel uncomfortable? Okay, then you go first.
Honestly, it's Hollywood Brown for me this week. Not that I feel uncomfortable with him, but I never like these volatile receivers as chalk. Because the Ravens should be winning this game. They're a run-first offense. Like, it's so easy for them. Like, if they go up 14 zip, right off the game, and it's like Ingram scores and like Mark Andrews scores or like Lamar scores, like it's so easy for Hollywood Brown to just get phased out of that game if they're winning. So he really, like, you really need him to start off hot to feel good about it. So I don't really feel super good about him as chalk, but in cash, I would like to get some exposure to the highest implied team.
I'm very uncomfortable that I'm playing freaking Bryan Edwards.
You're playing Bryan Edwards in cash?
Oh, in cash? No, I'm just saying
just in general.
Cash,
okay.
In cash, I'm uncomfortable. Actually, okay, truth be told, as of like an hour ago, I did have Bryan Edwards in cash. Because it's the classic thing where I'm like, oh man, there's like 8 guys are so good. And now I have this other like 4,200 spot that I hate. But no, in cash, I don't like that I'm playing Marquise Brown just because he's going to be so popular. And I don't even think the spot is like, that great just because I don't expect the Ravens to be throwing all game. But that's kind of, I don't know.
Allen Robinson and DK Metcalf or Hollywood and Devontae Adams? I mean, I think for cash, you take the second. I think for tournaments, you can play the first one.
Yep, agreed.
A lot of people talk about if Brady's dust. Sam, do you have a take on this?
I do have a take. Brady is not dust because what I think is so funny is the same people who are saying that Brady is dust are also saying the Patriots now are going to suck this year without him. And I'm like, okay, which is it? Like, if he's dust and he's off the team, like, I'm just saying, which is it? But I don't really know how he's dust, but we haven't seen anything. Maybe he is. I don't know. He's still the best quarterback of all time, so everyone can suck me.
I don't know. The Saints defense is good, though. I'm not going to lie.
I agree. My hot take on our game theory pod was that, like, sure, I could shoot out, but like I actually am not stacking like that game. Like maybe I end up on him, but like I'm not like going out of my way. Ruggs season, yeah, Ben's obsessed with Ruggs.
Singletary or James White in tournaments is a good question. That's a good one.
Bales asked that.
Yeah, it was not Bales that asked that. That's actually close though, because like I think any cons you have with one of them, it's kind of the same thing with the other one. You know, I would
I
probably
think
take
James White, and this is not because I'm a Patriots fan. Actually, I'm not even sure I'm going to play him. Is actually a good leverage just because
I would take
Sony
White as well.
Michel is like not healthy. Damian Harris is out. I mean, I don't know.
I would take White as well. I think that's a close one though.
Plus, I mean, if you want someone to fumble the ball, just play Singletary.
Yeah, guys, if you guys are asking questions and we don't answer it, like there's like a delay. Like I'm just going through all the questions, so just stick around and we'll probably get to it eventually, or you can just ask it again.
Kendrick Bourne, no. I get it. I mean, I get that.
Bourne's like the ultimate guy that you need to score a touchdown. You know, like if you.
I'm saying like he literally like his ceiling is like 15 or 18, and his floor is legitimately 0. Like he has to score a touchdown, but I don't think it's like top stack for each of us. I guess like just overall.
Yeah, I think for me it's the Arizona San Fran game, or honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I like Trubisky, Allen Robinson, Marvin Jones. I do, I do like that stack.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Lions stack, and I do like Allen Robinson, but I actually really kind of like. I'm doing I know Bale's on it too. It was in his article, but I like the Teddy, C-Mac, DJ Moore.
Yeah, that's a good one. I love that game.
I know you do. It's hilarious.
Hurst or Doyle for cash, dude. That's another popular one people are going through. It's Hurst for me. I can't play Jack Doyle, dude. I can't.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the cash, it's Hurst. Like, I don't think Jack Doyle is a bad play. He just is not. Again, like you're just not. Again, you're not looking for a cash tag, but he's up. He doesn't really have like a huge ceiling. Like you kind of like Ben was saying about. I don't remember who just about Kendrick Bourne. Jack Doyle kind of needs to score a touchdown.
Yep.
Where was I?
This is the first time I've seen this, dude. Boston Scott or Antonio Gibson. I can't believe more people weren't asking this question.
It's 1,000% Boston Scott.
Yeah, I agree. I do think so. Someone else asked this. I don't know where it went. If you can play Scott and Gibson together, I do think you can do that. I wouldn't do that in cash, I don't think, but I do think you could do that.
I mean, Ben, I think it's gonna be. I'm not gonna do it. I don't like. It's gonna be really popular. That I think people are gonna go CMC, Gibson, Scott.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it will be too. I don't think I would do that in cash though.
I will not be doing that, but I bet you I'm not. I mean, again, that'll probably burn me. They'll probably each go off for 50, but I'm just.
I don't think I would do that in cash, but I do think people will, and I think that's fine. But if you're picking one of them, it's Scott. Like Scott is just way safer.
So someone asked me about Hunter Renfrow. Yeah, the thing is, I do agree. Everyone's talking about the rookies, and he's still there. Hunter Renfrow, I don't. As someone who does our projections, it is really hard to project him. He's so random, and I do not like it. I just don't even think he's that good. But he sometimes like catches a touchdown. I just think Carr is so much more likely to throw to like Darren Waller or Josh Jacobs / Jalen Richard, and then like those new rookies are so. I mean, Ben, is Hunter Renfrow like even fast? Is he just kind of a body?
I mean,
like, I just feel like there's so many better options.
Just look at him.
Yeah,
I mean no, but I do think he's a good play. That is an interesting take, just because he's cheaper than Ruggs and he's more expensive than Edwards, so he's kind of in that in between range. And people are talking about the rookies, so I mean that is interesting.
Yeah. Okay, Ben, you're better at FanDuel. Ethan, obviously, I love Lockett. I think he's actually the leverage play because people are. I mean, I think if everyone's gonna stack. I mean, the Seahawks Falcons is not like a sneaky spotter, but like honestly, if you just play Russell, Lockett, DK, and then run up. I mean, like do whatever. It seems obvious, but like you're getting 50% of the market share of throws.
Oh my god. These people are telling me I look like Renfrow now. Do I have more hair than him at least?
Ben, you do kind of look like Renfrow. Ben, you're better at FanDuel Cash. Someone asked Mixon Eckler. I know my answer, but
you're
for some reason,
okay. So I think that Eckler will be higher owned, but I think I think I prefer Joe Mixon personally. I'm
Wait,
just
dude,
I'm getting flamed right now. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, you're getting roasted. You deserve it. No, I mean, but my only thing I will say about Mixon, I'm always lower on him than most, but I feel like people are acting like because Derwin James is out, that all of a sudden the Chargers defense isn't like really good. Like they still have such a strong line. Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
their defense is still good, but Joe Mixon,
obviously that hurts.
Joe Mixon was so good in the worst possible situation down the stretch of last year. And there's
Sure.
like their offense can't be worse than it was last year, and he was really good for fantasy. And I just think the fact of being a home dog is interesting. I think that I picked the Bengals to win that game. I really did.
I think the Bengals are going to win too. I actually have real money on that.
I bet Bengals. I think I get it at what +3.5. But
Yeah,
I think they're going to win straight up. But I would just take. I think Mixon has a higher ceiling than Eckler personally on FanDuel, where like. If it was DraftKings, that's different because Eckler can rack up catches. But
Frosty, Akers or Henderson? What a stupid question. It's Akers, obviously. God. Okay, Ben, this is a good one. I actually like this a lot. Okay, so he asked Godwin or Adams. So I think that seems really obvious, but at the same time, I mean, Godwin is also a god, and he's probably going to be up against PJ Tucker, who literally should not be in the NFL anymore because he's so bad. I still think Adams is a better play, but I would not be shocked if Godwin literally went for like 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's just if it's cash, you got to play Adams. Tournaments, sure. Like he's gonna be high owned, but I think it's like rightfully
you might
so.
Get some. I think if Mike Evans, I think is probably gonna play. Oh, of course, Dave Montgomery's playing. That's so annoying.
Yeah, I saw he's gonna have like a full workload too.
Yeah, that's oh yeah, I don't know why I said Tucker. Thanks, Sam. I meant PJ Williams. Shut up. Then Edelman or Le'Veon flex half PPR. That's a good one.
Yeah,
I think it's Le'Veon. The Jets suck, dude. He gets so much of the touches, like because who else they have? As Bales would say, they have Rashad Perriman.
I would take Edelman. I think. I don't like that spot for Bell. It's just such a bad matchup. They're gonna be trailing. I don't know, like
dude, dump offs for days.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but it's just Edelman's spot is so much better.
Odell or Jarvis?
Jarvis.
Okay, I would have said Jarvis. I saw a weird coach speak thing. I really hope it's not true that like they're limiting Jarvis's snaps. I don't know why they would do that. I will say though, Odell will be like not owned.
Yeah, Odell will not be owned. I guess like if you're factoring in that, it's probably Odell. Bro, now they're saying I look like that kicker that was at Georgia, Rodrigo Blankenship. This is a disaster.
Someone on the stream say what his nickname is. Something Rocket something.
Dude, this is a disaster.
Ben, you're still Renfro though.
This is a disaster, dude. Just Google Rodrigo Blankenship. Look at that guy. I mean, do I want to be that guy? Not really. Wentz or Ryan? It's Ryan, dude. I'm legit concerned about not that the Eagles like can win or whatever, but I'm concerned like with the banged up line against Chase Young and
I'm not at all. I don't like Wentz at all this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saints-Bucks game. Okay, so we kind of mentioned it before. I mean, it has the obvious potential to shoot out because the Bucks are a complete funnel team because they have a good rush D and no really pass D. My only thing, I'm like, I don't know. I just could see a situation where, it's not like Breeze and Brady are young gunslingers anymore who are like super agile. So, yeah, I mean, I don't see anyone having an answer for Michael Thomas or Kamara or Godwin or anything like that. But I could also see, Bruce Arians, I don't think, and if I'm wrong, I mean, it's not like he runs an air raid offense. Like he likes to run the ball. They have 1,000 running backs now. I mean, I could just see that game being like, I don't know, 21-17.
Yeah, I think both defenses are good. Like the Saints defense is
people kind of assume. Another hilarious thing is even though Brady's dust, people like are forgetting that Saints defense is still good. Like Lattimore is still amazing.
I think the Bucks defense is good. They were top 6 or 7 in DVOA last year. Like, I think their defense is good.
Yeah, but the problem is their corners are still awful.
I think they'll be better than they were last year.
It doesn't really matter because Michael Thomas is legitimately not coverable by anyone, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so speaking of that, dude, the worst take people have on Twitter is like Michael Thomas just takes like 2-yard passes and like just racks up 2-yard passes. That is such a bad take. Like if you don't actually think Michael Thomas is good.
Take one time. Then where are you seeing these takes? Are they from Bales?
Mark, wait, which take?
About Michael Thomas. I'm just shredding.
Oh, dude. Poor Bales. No, Bales loves Michael Thomas. These are on Twitter. Like, I've seen people talk about how Michael Thomas is overrated and he just racks up 5-yard catches.
That's not a bad take. That's just dumb.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Chanel, thank you for somebody mentioning Chanel. I love that tournament play. I'm a big Chanel fan, and I do think he is going to get some carries today. I do think that's a thing.
Salmon said you're going for 6 catches and 9 yards.
Dude, I got some burst. I'm not going to
lie. Value, dude. That'd be some value.
I got some burst.
Josh Jacobs and Cash on DK. I'm pretty sure that's where Ben's going. I never really played Josh Jacobs.
It's Josh Jacobs.
For some reason, they don't throw him the ball.
Josh Jacobs on DraftKings is a free square.
Okay. Oh, yes, Tristan. Thank you, guy. Yeah, Jalen from Chargers, 3K. Love that. Mike Williams out. Dude, no. You can't name any. Dude, who is Tyrod going to throw to when Joe Burrow goes ham because he's a beast? They have Keenan Allen, Hunter Henry, who will probably tear his ACL in the first quarter. Who else do they have?
I mean, they have Eckler.
Right, but I'm saying like basically, if they're down at all, I mean, he's at least got to be like a body on the field.
I want them to unleash Joe Reed is what I want. I'm a Joe Reed fan.
Some ridiculous take like that.
I'm a Joe Reed fan. I have no idea if Joe Reed is going to play today, but I think Joe Reed's good. So maybe with Williams out, they can like get him on the field and give him the ball.
Ben, Mixon or Josh Jacobs in cash?
Yeah, it's Josh Jacobs. I mean, especially if it's DraftKings. He's just too cheap.
Chris, Kyler dropped on a Tyrod Carr, Teddy 3 max. I like Teddy, but I do not dislike the Kyler Murray play. I just think Teddy will be like not owned and is obviously cheaper.
Yeah, I like Kyler a lot.
Like I like Kyler this year. I think a lot of people do as well. I'm just saying, like, I don't think just because like it's now he's made the jump to his next year, and whatever. I don't think that automatically means he's just going to be throwing for. He's not going to turn the ball over and be throwing for 350 yards. I mean, their defense still sucks. I mean, is their O-line good, Ben? Did they get anyone this offseason?
Wait, who are you speaking?
Kyler. Is he going to be running for his life?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit better than last year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it's always tough. Because, like, that's why I always say, I mean, Baker is still not that great, but he also has no offensive line. Like, he's just running away every time because they can't block anybody. Will Dalvin have ownership in cash? I don't think he's going to.
No. FanDuel maybe, because you can easily fit him in if you want. FanDuel, so he might get like 15% on FanDuel, but DraftKings, no, he won't.
Am I worried about Arizona game not being played? I guess, but I am not even going to worry about it because I have no control or any knowledge on the matter. I have no idea.
Defenses matter? No, I mean, they don't really, but like it's enough. Like, I just don't know if that game, like the Saints are not what the Saints used to be, right? The Saints used to be like the high flying, like they just air it out like 70 times a game. Like they run the ball so much now. And then the problem I have with the Saints is they just bring Taysom Hill in the red zone, and I can't handle that, dude.
I wish he would just go play a sport.
I can't handle it when that happens.
So frustrating. It's gonna roast Bales again. Bales likes Taysom Hill. Okay. Jimmy G in cash? No, there's no need for that.
No, I like him in tournaments though.
I do too. Okay, so Lane Johnson's officially out.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm off the Eagles, man. I really am.
Oh my God, the Browns center is playing. That's funny. I thought he was gonna be out too.
Yeah, that's actually very helpful for the Browns.
Okay, Marvin Hall. It's funny. I got roasted by Bales. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure Amendola is like not healthy.
Yeah,
Like
but I don't know. What is Cephas gonna like get on the field? Do we know this?
Syphilis? I have no idea.
I don't know either. I would just play Marvin, dude. And Hawkinson. That's
the
two
Tristan,
guys.
that stack is so hot. Oh my god. Eckler, Guyton, Taylor. Oh man.
Yes, Megan, thank you. See, Megan knows Joe Reed's good. I appreciate you backing me up there.
DJ Chark is a great tournament play. He's like not gonna, even though people like talked him up in the beginning of the week as like a leverage, and then everyone decided that like the Colts for some reason are like a shutdown defense. And by the way, Minshew is still not that bad. I think Chark could easily crush.
DJ Chark was about 1% owned last year on week 1 and had like 30 DraftKings points. So
he might, he was. I think he's going to be. I don't want to have him up on our site for projection. I don't think he's going to be over 5% though.
No, he'll be low owned.
Logan Thomas, Ben has kind of sold.
I've talked myself. Any chance I had of talking myself out of Logan Thomas is gone. I've completely sold myself on him today.
Cash D on DK. I like playing the 4 I would consider, and that's it. Would actually 3 would be Chargers, Washington, and the Jets.
Yeah, DraftKings with Lane Johnson out, just play Washington and cash. They're 2K.
Mixon okay and FanDuel over Jacobs. Ben would tell you no. Taysom Hill, I hate. Okay, Tyler, Eckler or Jacobs? Ben would say Jacobs. I like Eckler a lot in cash. I don't know why. People are just forgetting that Melvin Lee Gordon is gone. It's so great. Unleash the best running back they've had in years.
Yeah, Sam, my good friend Matt's in chat. He loves Taysom Hill, just so you know. He's a big fan.
Does he like that he's like he's a great real life player.
He absolutely despises Taysom Hill.
Thank God. Lazard sub 4.9.
You want a spicy take, Sam? Give me Laviska Shenault over Alan Lazard.
Dude, I think it's so funny. I'm seeing so much speak, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, he used to run out of the backfield in college." I'm like, okay,
who Shenault?
Yeah, but I'm like, that doesn't mean
he's gonna get. He's gonna get. I guarantee you, he gets 3 carries. I'm calling 3 carries at least.
My favorite under 4.9 would be I really like Curtis Samuel. And Bryan Edwards.
Yeah, Samuel is interesting.
Dude, people forget he gets a lot of targets.
Ty or Paris Campbell? I'll take Paris Campbell.
Oh my Ben, come on. We're giving real answers.
Yeah, I think Paris Campbell's game sets up a little bit better with Rivers.
Cole, yeah, Marlon Mack. I like that a lot. People are just convinced that Jonathan Taylor's do we even know if he's going to be that involved today? I think he'll get run, but I don't think he's going to be starting.
Yeah, I like Jonathan Taylor on FanDuel where he's 5,400, but I do think Mack is an interesting tournament play. But so who would you pick? I think the question would become, who do you pick between Mack and Mostert? Because I think I would take Mostert.
I would take Mack just because he gets targets. And Philip loves throwing the running backs. I don't know.
Yeah, Brian, Boston Scott is a lock for me.
Flex PPR, Gallup, Chark, pulling my heartstrings. Michael Gallup is just so underrated.
Yeah, that's tough. I think I would say Gallup, honestly.
Gallup is just the best player to ever play ever.
I just think that's a really good game tonight, and I think you know that Ramsey's gonna be on Amari, so I think that really helps Gallup.
Do not answer Anthony's question.
Oh my God, what is he talking about right now?
Kareem Hunt still beat women.
Dude, so I don't know. So this is weird. Yeah, so the game script would play into Kareem Hunt. I have no idea though. This is something that would have been very beneficial if we had a preseason. Because
what's so funny is that Nick Chubb is a very capable pass catching back.
He is, but there's There's these reports out that Kareem Hunt's gonna play some in the slot, and I have no idea because I haven't been able to I haven't been able to see anything because I haven't played.
But here's the thing: we somehow forget this all the time. It's the Browns. They will do what doesn't make any sense. They'll probably bring in like their backup quarterback to play in the slot. Just so the stream knows, Anthony has told us that the Browns is the freest bet of the century.
Yeah, that was a cold take. I think
I can't imagine.
It's not even that he bet it; it's that he said it was like the biggest lock of the century or something.
Yeah,
so if you're talking betting, what is biggest lock of the century? Like if you're thinking of that, because that would say like you're telling me Browns +8 in Baltimore is a bigger lock than like when Floyd boxed McGregor. Like no, that was the biggest lock of the century.
Yeah, or like the Rockets choking the series, like that was a lock.
Oh my god, dude! Oh, dude, the Rockets actually just bad. They just flat out quit. Don't even tell me right now. I'm so.
Do you see Harden's ± last night?
Don't even tell me. They gave up. Washington defense on DraftKings, yeah, that's like a cash lock for me at 2K.
Evan, Ruggs or Renfro? I think Ruggs.
It's dude. Oh, I'm so hot about Ruggs.
He won't, but
so Matt like put the nail in the coffin. Like I was talking earlier this week to Matt about Ruggs, and he dropped on me that Ruggs has 10-inch hands, and it's like you can't run any better than that. What time is my core plays gonna be up? Literally, like
soon.
I'll literally type it right now while we're on this stream.
Ben's like, I'll type this shit right now. I don't care.
I will. I'll do it right now.
Best wide receiver 4,500 and under DK cash. Todd, I'm wanting the same thing. If you give me the answer to that as well, that'd be great. Because I do not want to play Brian Edwards in cash.
Yeah.
I think the best cash QBs, obviously, if you have the salary, Lamar. I really like Matt Ryan. I think he's going to be under-owned in terms of cash. But I think those two, you could play Russ, you could play Cam Newton. Ben, I actually bet you people play Tyrod in cash.
Yeah, I think he's all your projections like him. All projections will like him, so I'm sure some people will go there. Yeah. But he's only like if he was 5K, I get it, right? But he's he's close enough to Cam that it's not like you can't get to him.
Yeah. Lone stack will win the millie.
Look, see, he's on Trubisky with me. I love it.
No, dude, it's the
I think it's San Fran or the Bears.
I think that's my team. Yeah, you can play Marvin in cash. I'm debating that myself. The problem is, dude, doesn't Marvin Jones chalk just sound like a blow up? Like just not good. Like it just sounds like he's gonna get like 2 targets for 6 yards.
All right, we got like I would say like 10 more minutes. Get your last minute questions in here. For whoever asked, I just typed in my core plays on DraftKings. They are now live on the site.
He actually did it. He was too hype.
I ran out of time before this to type them, so I'll just do it right now. PPR flex: James White or Deontay Johnson. Okay, so Deontay Johnson was kind of banged up. He was kind of banged up.
Yeah.
Good matchup, though.
I do not know. I am high on the Steelers. I think Ben, did you see that thing that Ben said about how he's literally every year of his career, he's had like a nagging injury, and now he doesn't? Did you see that? He's like, yeah, the last 13 years I've had a nagging shoulder injury. I think that Ben could be sick and the Steelers could dominate. Their defense is so good.
Yeah, their defense is nasty. I'm not going to deny that. Fade Marvin, play Hawkinson. I think for tournaments, that's fine. I don't know. I'm actually debating. I am currently debating a 2v2 on FanDuel, and one side contains Hawkinson and one contains Marvin. So that's really funny that you brought that up.
The answer has always been and always will be Hawkinson. He's so undervalued. If he doesn't die and get hurt.
Emmanuel Sanders as a GPP play. I don't know. I like. There's so many guys in that price range that I would probably rather play than Sanders.
I agree.
Wow, look at Anthony's core plays. If you guys aren't subscribers, you guys need to sign up just to see this right here. What he's rolling.
He's the worst. He's the worst.
Little interesting moves here. I didn't expect some of these moves from him.
He's just. Let me guess. He's like all in on the Ravens. You know, he said the Browns in the locker. So stupid.
I won't give any spoilers, but yeah, I mean, interesting. So one of our to answer that question, one of our analysts did go Boston Scott, Antonio Gibson in cash games in their core plays.
Interesting.
I do think that's an interesting strat, but I can't not play Jacobs.
Honestly, I'm not even kidding. I think that's going to be the chalk route.
Yeah, it probably will be. But here's my thing. For me, the reason to play Antonio Gibson over Josh Jacobs would be to get in Devontae Adams. And I can get Devontae Adams with Josh Jacobs, so I just don't see why I need to play Gibson now.
And we can't all be you.
I know. It's because, yeah, you guys got to think outside the box a little bit on week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am high on most there. I think I'm going to play him in cash on FanDuel. I think he's a good play.
Yeah, Ben Starr did really sell me on most there.
I just really don't think it's likely Coleman plays.
Does anyone else hate when you have a lineup of all 1 p.m. guys?
Yeah, that's how my DraftKings cash lineup is. I don't really worry about it, but it is like
I hate that.
It's gonna be like watching it tick down the whole day. I hate that. Godwin and Kamara or Adams and Jacobs. I think first is tournaments, second is cash.
Yeah, that Godwin Kamara is hot.
Yeah, that is nice. And
spoiler will have a lineup with those two in it.
Carson, Mixon, Mac, pick 2 on FanDuel. Mac and Mixon, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like Carson in a bunch. I like
Carson as a tournament play. I mean, just because I don't think anyone's going to own him, and as long as he doesn't get leached by what's his name, Hyde, but I don't know. I mean, just because we know Pete Carroll's a moron and going to run the ball, even though he is Russell Wilson, so it's like I don't know.
Also, if you guys see that in chat, if the YouTube stream gets 100 likes in the next 60 seconds, we will give away a free NFL Core Play subscription. So go hit the thumbs up really quick. All right, Sam, so I got a question for you.
Okay.
Christian Kirk, Marquise Hollywood Brown. Who talk to me?
Dude, it's Christian Kirk for me. I think people are going to be so locked in on like Hopkins. You sign that contract. Hopkins has like not played with Kyler during camp. Christian Kirk is a stud. Dude, again, that's a tournament play. He'll be like super low owned, but also like he has a really low floor. But like he could easily get over 100 yards and a touchdown at like 1% owned.
Yeah, dude, I can't decide. I do hate having all 1 p.m. guys. It's horrible.
It's a horrible feeling. Like I will make swaps that are bad just so I don't have all 1 guy.
All right, last minute. If you guys got any last questions, throw them in. We'll be on for another minute or two. I'm really tilting Christian Kirk or Hollywood Brown at this moment now. I don't know what to do.
I mean, Ben, are you talking tournaments or cash?
Cash. I think I play tournaments, dude. What are you talking about? I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I do have two. I have 2 GPPs on DraftKings today.
I can't believe the amount of money on DraftKings entry fees I'm going to have on a Matt Stafford playing well.
I mean, I like Stafford this year. Washington DOK on FanDuel cash. I think on FanDuel you just play the Colts because they're going to be like 50% owned in cash games. And if they somehow like luck boxed and scored a touchdown, you would just be tilting so hard because it's going to be hard to make up that. And they're pretty close in price.
Someone came me yesterday and they're like, why would you play Washington D when you had Boston Scott? I was like, they're $2,000. If they
Yeah,
get
I don't even think that matters.
If they get 6 points, they've like hit value. Now they said that they can get like -6. But like...
All right, guys. I think. Oh, last one. This last question we'll answer, and then we're out of here. Biggest sleeper wide receiver for week 1. Sam, give me yours.
Biggest sleeper. Anthony Miller. Everyone's gonna play A-Rob, and I get it. Anthony Miller.
Dude, I was talking to Matt early this morning, talking about Anthony Miller over Hollywood Brown in cash. I was having this conversation.
That is a route I like wouldn't disagree with.
I know it's a good play. Where are you answering questions from? Oh, they all pop up. Yeah, they all pop up on here. So like if you type on YouTube, it pop up. Restream, like all the chat comes into here, so I can see everything. All right, that about does it. Thank you guys so much for the support this week. Thank you guys for watching the stream. This is a weekly.
Wait, I need your hot take. I have to interrupt you.
My hot take.
Hot take, just so we can laugh.
Laviska Shenault.
Oh my!
Rushing touchdown.
That's all right. I want us to give this. I want to give mine mainly so I can get trolled when he blows up my face. Biggest leverage running back on DraftKings today is Aaron Jones. He's going to be under 5% owned.
Yeah, that's a good play, honestly. I don't mind that at all. I have Aaron Jones in one of my FanDuel tournament lineups.
Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Cool. But thank you guys for the support this week. Obviously, tons of content, and you guys support it every week, so we appreciate that. This is a weekly stream. Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. We will be here answering all your questions every week of NFL. Be sure to head over to YouTube and subscribe to Karma Media Network so you can get access to all of our videos throughout the week. And with that being said, good luck, guys. I hope you guys are on the green side today. And we will see you guys next week.